Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Junkyard Digs. Today we're working again on Project Smokey, our 68 Pontiac Lemans with Mook. Today we're going to be transferring everything from the old engine that we need to keep onto the new engine. These are both Pontiac 350s. That I believe is a 68, this is a 72. So they're both pretty low horsepower engines. Doesn't really affect us much. This one's going to have a 4-barrel on it, so that'll be a good kick in the pants over that. And then we're going to be putting our transmission on and putting it back in the car. Let's begin.
I got it! Woo! Cool.
So we're just going to go ahead and switch our thermostats around here. Correct thermostat housings.
Got it. Have a present.
Thank you. Always wanted one of these. They must use RTV. Yep, they did. There is no thermostat. Okay.
There's like fuzzy stuff in there.
Oh, great. There's a mouse nest in our water jacket. That's not good.
Got it?
Yep. Awesome. There's our alternator bracket. We're going to hang on to that guy. Or one of the alternator brackets. Alrighty, there's the other half of our alternator bracket. Leave that over there to be assembled later. Alright, next we're going to be taking the valve cover off. Okay, the valve cover's off. This valve cover was smashed, so I'm going to be inspecting for damage on these two rockers, which is where it lines up, as you can see. And from the looks of things, everything seems fine. This engine's not too terribly dirty, honestly. I've seen much worse. I've ran much worse. So we're popping the valve cover off the old engine, which, if you remember from the first part, is disgusting. Absolutely destroyed. So we're actually going to shot blast the inside of this one to get this rust out of here and keep it from, look at that. Look at this. I've never seen something like this before. It's insane. Yeah, this thing is definitely flooded. We'll never move again. I can't even find any play in any of the rockers. They're all so rusted. So this sucker's shot. We'll throw it out in the shed as a parts motor in case we ever need some parts. Alright, we got one of our valve covers here. Nice and cleaned up. Looking good. Mook chose the color black, for it is her favorite, so we're going to paint it black. I've gone ahead and removed these headers because we're missing one on that engine on the other side. I'm going to dump that out. Oh my god. Yeah, we're going to blow those out real nice, maybe even wash them out. Holy cow. Ready?
Wait.
Towards me. Alright, there's our BOP, Buick Olds Pontiac Turbo 350 removed from our seized piece of junk. Cool. Alright, so we're back in the shop today. And I've got this original motor stripped down from the Lemans. I'm about to drain the oil and take the pan off, and then that'll be all we need. I can throw this sucker out in the shed. But what I'm expecting when I pull this plug is water and then oil. Let's find out. Yep, there it is. Pure water. It was definitely flooded. Damn, one can might not be enough because of all the water in there. I guess I never thought of that. Damn, that thing was full. It was never flooded. Yeah. Okay. Oh, is that oil? Even a couple bubbles of oil come through now. That's all there was. There was no oil, it's just water. What the hell? Yeah, we're gonna have to take that pan off and see how bad this thing is. It's gonna be interesting. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Is this pan even salvageable is a question because of all the rust. Oh, what the fuck? Ew. There I can see into the actual engine. There was no freaking way we were gonna get this thing to turn crank. Absolutely not. Even if we had got that thing to run with this amount of sludge, it would have lost oil pressure in absolutely no time. I was expecting complete rust, like the valve covers, but at least seeing that it's wet in some spots, that means some of that stuff, like the windage tray, can be cleaned up. I can take this down to metal still, as you can see, kinda. So enough oil was present to preserve stuff. So I could use that windage tray if I wanted. There we go. Alright, let's go look at what's really going on here. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, things are pretty rusty, pretty grimy. The rust actually starts above the water line, as you can see right there. So, yep, there's a better spot. So you can see where the water line sat, and then everything above that was just so freaking humid that it seized up. Yeah, there was no way I was gonna get this thing to turn over. Wow, that shot. Crazy. Cool. Well, I'm going to grab these bolts and get the skid loader and come get this dang engine out of here. It started raining again, so that's nice. I gotta get this out of here so that I can clean the shop, work on this. But before I work on this, I gotta get that out of the way so I can get the olds in here, because the starter on the olds just went out today, which you'll see in the olds videos, which may or may not already be out. I don't know. I can't see into the future. Well, I'm gonna get started on that. I will catch up with you guys later when we start working on this sucker. Okay, so you may be asking, hey Kevin, if you have this engine that supposedly runs, why are you taking it apart? Well, let me tell you. A lot of these bolts are hand tight. By a lot, I mean almost all of them. So I'm gonna strip this thing down and see what the hell's going on. Tighten what I need to tighten, torque everything down to spec, and replace all the seals while we're in there, so that I have a trustworthy engine. So, yeah. Ow. Damn it.
I win.
I might replace the water pump too. Ha! Caught that one. Point for Kevin. Alright, we got all the timing cover bolts off. Let's go ahead and pop that sucker loose.
Okay.
As I suspected, it's floppy. So, not to worry, because I have one of these. What are those? They're really hard to open. This is our new timing set for this engine. What do you have?
It's a fuzzy caterpillar. His name is Steve.
Steve?
Steve.
What? Why Steve?
I don't know.
What? If you get this off, I swear. I quit. I'm done.
I got it.
Goodbye.
I win. Come back.
Go ahead and pop our valley cover off.
Looks good.
Mook says it's good, and actually, this is assembly lube. There's fresh assembly lube on all these lifters. So that is good. Someone's had this engine apart, and it hasn't ran since then. So the goofy thing is, though, why would someone go through all the work to put the lifters back in, but not replace the timing chain? Let's roll it over and look at the bottom, and then I'll make an assessment on whether or not I'm going to pull heads. I should be able to see the cylinder walls from the bottom, as long as the piston skirt goes up far enough to show any part of the compression chamber, or combustion chamber area. So that will be okay.
Nice.
Oops. I thought it was empty. Clearly not.
Come here. Nope. I'll pet you.
Alright, meanwhile over here, in non-Caterpillar land, we have our oil pan loose and free. Ooh, I like what I see. We got a windage tray in here. Everything looks a little clean, but holy shit, is it a good thing I did not try to run this engine. It would have immediately died. So that needs looked into. That would have been catastrophic.
Caterpillar.
Let's go ahead and take a look at these bearings. Oh, god damn it.
Great job. Fantastic.
Anyway, I'm okay with what I see here, honestly. There we go. Alright. We'll torque that sucker back down, check a couple more. Probably check one back here and a couple rods. And we'll put this all back together. Okay, this is getting aggressive, Mook.
No!
How many do you have now?
8, but I lost one. So 7.
There's a bit of wear on the edge of these pistons, but I'm really not too concerned about it. I need to get a flashlight and look down at our cylinders and check for crosshatch to see if I need to be pulling the slugs out of this thing and rehoning it. So that'll be the next step. Alright, so I'm looking at the cylinder walls and it is quite shiny. I do not see a lot of crosshatch. So let's put the bottom end back together for now. Roll it over and then pull our cylinder heads.
Okay.
And then see if we need to rehome this block. Okay, so our cylinder head's off and we have absolutely no crosshatch and actually a bit of scoring into these cylinders. So that one does catch a nail, so we might have to bore this out. We'll see. Good thing I didn't run it though. That is nasty. The guy said no one had been in this engine, which is definitely false because this is a new head gasket that's been glued on with the same glue that they use for the intake gasket. So we'll get that guy out of here. We'll clean the surface up. I'm probably gonna have to end up taking this to the machine shop and having it at least honed, if not more. But if I can draw your attention right here to this lobe, that does not look normal to me. That looks like this is the lobe part, but that is small as hell. You look over here at one of these, I don't know, where can you see one's good? Can you come over here, Jesse? Over, oh, to the other side? If you look at this, this is your normal lobe height, and that guy back here is just flat as hell. Thank you. I'm a pain in the ass.
the scream you just gave me.
I'm going to go ahead and pull that cylinder head off with the help of Mook over here. We're going to rip the camshaft out and cut the block and then make a decision whether I can hone this or I need to take it up and have it bored out and get new pistons. We'll see. Well, when it comes to condition of everything, it doesn't look too bad. As far as, like, there's no cracked pistons or damage anywhere, as far as I can see now. Oh, hang on. Sure enough. Bent push rod. Where was this one? Was it here, perchance?
Mm-hmm.
Right about on that wiped lobe that I have suspicions about. So, I have to replace the camshaft. I might as well get an aftermarket camshaft. I'll have some power. So as you can see, this is a normally worn lobe after however many miles. Look at this one and this one. Normal lobe, worn, wiped. So these two guys are shot. This one's actually had a bit of a canter, so I'll probably need to replace the lifters as well. But this camshaft is junk, so we're going to toss this in the bin and get an aftermarket one. Since we're already replacing a cam, I got to buy a cam, might as well buy an upgraded cam. Let's go ahead and roll this block over and pull pistons. Oh yeah. As you can see, there's a bit of pitting. Oh my goodness. Definitely gonna have to order some new lifters. That guy's going for a trip.
Yay.
There we go. Bit of wear in the sides. These might clean up. I don't know. I gotta measure them. If we end up voiding the block, I won't be able to use them anyway. So we shall see. Bearings have definitely seen better days. So none of them are spun or too terribly gouged so far. Let's go ahead. We're gonna pop all these out and then we'll be back. Ready?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Alright, that's all 8 pistons out. Let's go ahead and pull our crank and get this block shipped off for machining. Alrighty, so we completely forgot to shoot an outro that day.
Doing great.
So we're doing it right now. I hope you guys like this video, like and subscribe. There's going to be lots of stuff coming on Smokey soon. You can go check out Mook's channel. You know.
No!
Should be down in the comments. Definitely find her and subscribe.
No, do not.
Do it.
Not.
We want to get Mook to 1 million
Go
subscribers.
Away. Leave me alone.
So if you guys want any merch, check that down. That's down in the description too. Make sure you follow the gang, Thunderhead 289, Classic Mustangs 429, and Dylan McCool. All there, once again, it's in the description. Go check that shit out. Be nice in the comments down there, or you guys are gonna get thrown the hell off the channel. Just saying. So I'll see you guys next time on Junkyard Digs. Peace.